dominant team or even groups of teams. And so if we can show you what the Bears have been under Ben Johnson since their bye. Their bye was in week 5. So we have a large body of work. They've won 9 of their last 10 games.
I didn't realize the rushing yards are that high.
They're the best running team in the NFL. They're the most explosive offense in the NFL. They're the best takeaway team in the NFL. They're the best turnover differential team in the NFL. And right now, the NFC playoffs would go through Chicago. So you'd have to go play in 20-degree weather against the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. That's not a team anyone is going to want to play. So, yeah, they can win a Super Bowl.
So, here, listen, I think that the Bears have proven, and I said this earlier, but I want to kind of dive into it more. To me, they have proven exactly what the Pats have proven, which is ahead of schedule. It would be, for the Patriots, it's almost impossible. For the Bears, it's not impossible, but it would take a collapse for them to miss the playoffs. Like at this point, it would be a catastrophe if they missed the playoffs. And you feel really good about the teams for different reasons, to be totally honest. Like, to me, the Bears are a more complete team with a quarterback that is still more hot and cold. The Pats, to me, are a team that has, I'm talking about the offensive side of the ball, some pretty obvious weaknesses that the quarterback masks. But if their resumes season-wide, if you put them next to each other, are very, very similar. So 7th, 8th in points, 6th, 8th in yards. So again, the Patriots 3rd in passing, 20th in rushing. So again, the Patriots 3rd in passing, 20th in rushing. The Bears 16th in passing, 2nd in rushing. To your point of what travels better in the playoffs, whether it's going to Chicago or in the NFC, going to Green Bay if they don't win the division, going to Philadelphia, they get it together. I buy that. I personally would be shocked if either one of these teams wins the Super Bowl. I'd be less shocked if the Pats made it, actually, because the AFC feels more wide open. But I think that, and the reason to me those two teams are a good juxtaposition is they both have the second-year quarterback. They both have the new head coach. They both have benefited from, up to this point, a soft schedule, but they both have a signature win.
Yeah.
Like, you guys won, it was in Buffalo, right?
Buffalo,
it was in Buffalo. It wasn't as dominant, but it felt, because it's a divisional opponent, like so
impressive. You know, I did not believe in them. I mean, I thought
Who's the him in this right now? Ben Johnson or Caleb? I'm being serious. When you said
the boys, just the Bears.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's, you just got to give him love. And you can see Caleb really appears to fully believe in Ben Johnson, which I just think is going to be great for his career going forward as he continues to grow. But I think, sure, this is a year where it looks like, is there one
I think
great
the Rams
team?
are a great team.
Maybe, and I'm not going to hold the Carolina loss against them too much because it happens, right? They might lose 5 games this year, so but I just haven't been as high on the Rams as you are. So I'll give you that there doesn't look like there are many, if any, great teams, and so why not the Bears? But what I like, too, about them is as good as they're playing right now, there's still major growth because Caleb's not playing great. He's not playing as well as Drake Maye. Like, he's still very up and down. He doesn't turn the ball over, which is fantastic. So even if he's not putting up huge numbers or throwing a lot of touchdowns, they still can win, and play well. But imagine when he really starts, because he does have his moments. And in those fourth quarters, he has a lot of those moments. But when he becomes more consistent, and it might even be later this season, becomes more consistent, it will just take them to another level. They're going to get to show it. They got Green Bay twice. They got Detroit, I think.
Yep, they got one against Detroit, one against San Francisco, 2 against Green Bay.
Yeah, so they're going to get to show it.
And Cleveland's defense. Well, to your point, Brew, Ben Johnson said today, and I think all of you guys will like this because he's been a truth teller. He said we're winning in spite of our passing game, and that doesn't make any of us happy. So he's not resting on his laurels or anything like that. Caleb clearly can be a lot better with his accuracy.
That's what makes them scarier.
Correct.
Is actually that they're
again,
not to belabor the comp I'm making. I don't think this season Drake is going to jump a level because he might be the MVP of the league right now. You know what I mean? I don't think there's.
Do you think Caleb's going to become more accurate in season?
Well, so again, I think that I think that it's going to be hard for Drake Maye to play much better over the next 8 games, including the playoffs, than he's played up to this point. He's played so well. I think we all expect Caleb to play at least a little better. Like he's gotten, to me, it feels like Caleb's gotten progressively better over the course of the year.
He's had games better than he had there. He's had fourth quarter drives. He's had great halves. He's had a couple of really good statistical games. By the way, the touchdown pass to Cole Komet, Cole's going to be on the show this week, so he'll talk about all the vibes in Chicago.
On the flip side, the Eagles lost their second game in a row and were booed on their home field. And more than just the normal booing, bro.
There's a lot of booing in Philadelphia.
I know, but
We right back on spot. One false move, you might get dropped. Pull up with the gang and like a band, hop out and let it rock. This glizzy on my lap gon' make you shake just like you off a bar. He try to run that beam right on his ass, so he ain't make